come to me. That has come to settle. That has come to me. But it comes to the end of my life. Jesus saved me now. Happiness comes so settle. That has come to me. Happiness comes so settle. That has come to me. Happiness comes so settle. That has come to me. Running fast for the edge of my life. Jesus saved me now. Happiness comes so settle. That has come to me. Happiness comes so settle. That has come to me. Happiness comes so settle. That has come to me. Running fast for the edge of my life. Jesus saved me now. Happiness comes so settle. That has come to me. Happiness comes so settle. That has come to me. Happiness comes so settle. That has come to me. Running fast for the edge of my life. Jesus saved me now. Jesus saved me now. Happiness comes so settle. That has come to me. Happiness comes so settle. That has come to me. Happiness comes so settle. That has come to me. Running fast for the edge of my life. Jesus saved me now. Happiness comes so settle. That has come to me. Happiness comes so settle. That has come to me. Happiness comes so settle. That has come to me. Running fast for the edge of my life. Jesus saved me now. Happiness comes so settle. That has come to me. Happiness comes so settle. That has come to me. Happiness comes. That has come to me. Running fast for the edge of my life. Jesus saved me now. Running fast for the edge of my life. Jesus saved me now. Happiness comes so seldom. That has come to me. It is here in the Father's kingdom. It was there for me. You took me in, and you washed away my sins. You washed away my sins.
You ready? You're listening to the Real Pineapple Podcast Network. Pardon me. Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, theys, and gays. This is the Real Pineapple. This is your oh my gosh, pardon me. Had a sip of juice and whew. This is your humble host, Hunter here. So I'm gonna be real, y'all. I would normally kind of go through the pleasantries, give you have a soapbox corner. I'm just gonna get this out of the way because I just watched a movie that pissed me off so bad I cannot rationalize it. I just watched Scream 7, which is directed by, and I use the term directed by very loosely here, by Kevin Williamson. Kevin Williamson, he worked on the other films, including Scream 2, which is the best one, and Scream 4, which is great. Like, I don't okay, so let me backtrack just a little bit here. So as most of y'all know, Christopher Landon, who went ahead and did Scream 5 and 6, if memory serves, he went ahead and left the project due to Melissa Barrera being fired from the project. And then Jenna Ortega went ahead and left the project as well because of their stance on because of their Palestine social media posts. Well, that's how most pardon me. That's why Melissa Barrera was fired. Jenna Ortega, said she was busy with Wednesday, but most people were able to read between the lines and go, okay, she's showing solidarity for her, for her co-star, which I fucking appreciate the hell out of. And then same thing as well with Christopher Landon. Like props to him for props to him for standing by his co-star and everything. Like I have so much respect for them for that. What up? So actually, you know what? Before I get into something, before I go off here, let me be clear. I'm about to shout out to Afternoon Tune, shout out to Josh and Nick over there and the crew. If you're not following them already, sometimes I pop up on there, but they're a great fucking channel. Nothing but love to Afternoon Tune, twitch.tv/Afternoon Tune. Go ahead and hit that follow button. Go ahead and subscribe if you're not already. They're fucking awesome over there. So shout out to the Afternoon Tune. I'm gonna leave this up for a second. So okay. With all that said, Neve Campbell was supposed to come back for Scream 6, and apparently they watch these. I think she was supposed to come back for 7, and they just lowballed the shit out of her. We never found out what she was offered. As you see Milo's tail, come on, buddy. I got some Funkos for my birthday, so that's what he's sniffing. Oh, you can't have me in my juice, buddy. No juice for you. But they went ahead and brought Neve Campbell back, and so they reworked this whole fucking script because of this giant controversy and because of Barrera leaving and Ortega leaving, and so most people, myself included, were like, all right, you're still doing this, like you should probably just not do this movie. Scream 6 was a perfect place to end it. Like, not everything needs to keep getting fucking sequels, but of course, because Hollywood is a greedy whore, they're like, no, absolutely not, buddy. I need you to get off the desk. Milo's looking here like he's gonna jump. Yeah, no jumping on the desk. So of course, Hollywood goes ahead and makes a sequel. And let me just get this out of the way. This is the worst Scream film by a sizable margin. I couldn't believe how bad this fucking movie was. I think it's pretty popular consensus amongst fans of the franchise to know that, Scream 3 is the worst one. But holy fuck. I thought it was the worst one. Not anymore. So the plot, and I use that term extremely loosely, the plot as follows is Sydney, of course, is back. He goes they go ahead and show up in Sydney's new town, where she's gone ahead and establish a family, put down roots, all that fun stuff. She's running a coffee shop. What else could you want? She's living the dream. And what I'll say from jump is, with this movie, the whole actual opening sequence it's like, all right, that's supposed to set up the movie, but I don't fucking care about any of this. Both people in the opening setup scene die, which I mean that's not unusual. But I think what kind of floored me about the movie is that they go ahead and they end up in the old house where back in Woodsboro, where where the murders were committed, right? And so they've turned into an Airbnb, which, fucking dumb. Let me just get that out of the way. Fucking dumb. And so it'd been a while since I'd seen the trailer. I saw the trailer like once or twice. And I was like, okay, when I was seeing other movies, I was not seeking this movie out because I didn't see it in theaters, because why the fuck would I? But watching the opening sequence, I was like, oh man, this is some white people shit. This is what, like, this is exactly something that white people would do. Like, oh, there's a murder took place in this house. Absolutely. Let's go ahead and stay there. Oh yeah, let's stay at this clown motel. Let's go ghost hunting. It's like the concept of fear sometimes to white people. It's like, goddamn, like really, like you just want to tempt fate. You think that you think that fate won't turn around and fuck you up. And that's exactly what happens here. And honestly, I felt no sympathy for these people when they got killed. I'm like, you deserve to get killed because you were fucking staying at this house in the first fucking place. What the fuck were you thinking? But the whole conversation, like, I thought the conversation could have at least been like maybe kind of funny or maybe kind of meta. And no, it's just this dude being a shitty boyfriend. His partner is clearly uncomfortable. And he's like, oh, come on, babe. You gotta vibe with this. You gotta have fun. Not everything is a fucking vibe, motherfucker. Like, oh my God. Oh God, this review. Okay, hang on. Let me take a hit of my pen because I okay. So the whole opening, this guy is like enamored. He's like, oh my God, look at the ghost face, like little statue that they have. The not animatronic. Well, I guess you call it animatronic. The ghost face robot. Like, oh, it follows you around the room, and then of course he goes, wait, that ghost face moved. No, it moved differently. And instead of immediately going, oh fuck, and running away, or kicking it, he goes ahead and allows himself to get stabbed. And I just was like stupid, just fucking stupid. There is a point where the boyfriend even goes, who's your favorite ghost face? Which I know these movies have always been meta, but I'm like really, like we're starting like this. And the girlfriend rightfully so goes, oh, who's my favorite homicidal teenager? And his immediate retort is, oh, are you gonna be like this the whole time? It's like, dude, she's not into this. She's clearly uncomfortable. Why the fuck are you giving her so much shit? And I think that's the thing in this movie, or one of the things in this movie, that just fucking floored me. Because Scream 3, one of the biggest sins that movie makes is like, if you are a woman in that, holy fuck, you were treated with no respect. Your trauma is just discarded completely. You barely exist in that world. And God almighty, like the way that the female characters are written in this movie, I was genuinely amazed by, because the cast is mostly women, but these women are not developed. They're not given times to shine. They're not given characters. They really are. Most of them are just red shirts to go ahead and get stabbed and killed by Ghostface. And look, I know some of you will go, well, Hunter, that's how these movies work. First off, fuck you, you're wrong. Because if you look at someone like Hayden Panettiere's Kirby, she was a really fun character and has been in the last couple of movies. Even Samara Weaving's character, Laura, when she gets killed to open up Scream 6, that's a great fucking opening sequence, and it actually has some weight to it. What they were doing with Tara, Jenna Ortega's character, and Sam, Melissa Barrera's character, they were fucking developed characters who were able to bond through their trauma, and yet they had chemistry on screen together that you're like, okay, I fucking like this. It's incredible in this movie how there's just no one I gave a fuck about. Even fucking Quinn, who ends up being Ghostface, in the last one. I could fix you, Quinn. But even that, like, the kids in there actually felt like they were worth a damn. And so when several of them get killed, or they're in peril, you're like, oh shit, oh no, don't die. Like, you actually care about them because they did the fucking work. There is no work done in this fucking movie. And the more I was watching it, the more I was like, how is this so inept? Kevin Williamson, he's worked on Scream 7, Scream 2, the original, Scream 3, Scream 4. He's worked on every fucking one of these. And it's like, this is the one where you're just like, oh, fuck it. Who gives a shit? I can't. He directed another movie that I actually like. I don't know how it's a 20% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's insanely low and should not be that low. Teaching Mrs. Tingle. Dug that movie. It's a fun dark comedy. Not world breaking, but it's a fun. I think it's a fun flick. I'd probably go like C+ on it. I don't know if this dude like got hit in the head, or if like he was on Ambien, or maybe he had to write this script at gunpoint. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened here, but when I'm thinking about the kills, there's really not a kill in this movie that I was like, oh shit, that's so cool. I think the closest one would probably be the opening sequence one where the girl is swinging from the chandelier, and you see that in the trailer. Like, she's swinging from the chandelier, and Ghostface like is on their back, and they turn the blade up, and so she falls, boom, right on the blade, and then Ghostface like burns the house down. Like, all right, decent kill. But when I think about like the fire escape sequence in like Scream 6, or like there's nothing even close to that in terms of tension in this movie. There's a death in here where someone gets killed. What's after Hunter's gonna review Scary Movie in 2029. Dude, this came out in February. Shut the fuck up. I'm not in the mood. It's one of those things where I'm watching this, I'm like, okay, so the kills aren't good. All right. Sydney in this movie, look, I'm a fan of Neve Campbell. I'm a huge fucking fan of Neve Campbell. To be real, I've had a crush on Neve Campbell since this movie that I feel like no one else is gonna remember except me bringing this up. 3 to Tango. Actually, I love 3 to Tango. That's her, Matthew Perry, and Dylan McDermott. She's so much fun in that. She's fun in 54, Drowning Mona. There's been actually quite a few, The Craft, obviously. There's been quite a few movies with Neve Campbell that I like. And I again, I don't know if she got paid for this shit, but goddamn, girl, like, you have iconic status as a Scream queen. She really does. And I don't think at points it's brought up enough how much of a Scream queen Neve Campbell really is. But I sit back, I watch her in this, and I'm like, there's nothing here. And look, I'll be the first to admit, a lot of my just anger from this comes from the fact that we should have had Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega in this and continued their story. If you have to make this, then that's where you should have gone. But unfortunately, the studio was kind of proven right, because this opened to making over $90 million, the highest debut worldwide for the franchise. So we're getting a fucking eighth one of these. So unfortunately, my ranting and my hatred of this at the end of the day doesn't mean shit, because they're gonna do a fucking sequel. But like, I remember Kirby. Like, I remember Tara. Like, I remember Sam. Like, I remember these characters over the last couple films that I've really fucking enjoyed. Quinn was a horrifying Ghostface. Fucking Chad, played by Mason Gooding. I still remember these fucking characters. But I'll tell you right now, I just finished watching this not 90 minutes ago, and I'm already forgetting. The only reason I remember the daughter's name, Tatum, is because, of course, Tatum from the original Scream movie. So, but another thing about this movie is there was this rumor going on pretty early on that, oh man, like Stu is back. Matthew Lillard, good lord, is back as Stu. Like, is he actually alive? Is it actually Stu? And I remember heard the concept. I was like, oh, they're gonna do some AI bullshit. because that's what this movie would do. Because as I started reading more about the production, I was like, oh yeah, they don't fucking care. They'll totally use AI to justify this and go, haha, we fooled the audience. And it's one of those things, dude, it's not thirsting over. I mean, yes, are they both fine? Absolutely, but they're fucking great in those Scream movies. They're yeah, but I'll get to that in a second. As I'm sitting here thinking about this, I think the best performance in this movie, if I can even say there's a good performance, because that is really fucking stretching it, is Joe McHale. I really like Joe McHale in this. But I won't lie, I'm fucking pissed at Joe McHale for taking this check. Like, come on, dude, you're on Animal Control. You've got a fucking network show. Like, I know you're getting paid well on that shit because you're fucking Joe McHale. You didn't need to do this shit, man. Come on now. And honestly, for most of the, like, really for all the actors and actresses who are above 25, that's my message to you is like, fuck you for this. Because look, like Isabel May, who plays Tatum, that's Neve Campbell's daughter in this. She's been in some stuff. She was in 1883. I know that's part of, and 1923. I know that's part of the Yellowstone universe. I'm black, so of course I don't watch that shit. But she was also in Young Sheldon. Again, I'm black, so I don't watch that shit. But so she's on the come up. So I'm sure she got the script or was told, hey, you get to work alongside Neve Campbell and play her daughter. I'm sure she jumped at the chance. I can only be but so upset about that. I get it. But like Joe McHale being in this shit, Anna Camp. Okay, we need to talk about Anna Camp, because Anna Camp, this is the second year in a row that she has done something that will be on my worst stuff, because she was in Bride Hard last year with her and Rebel Wilson, and Bride Hard is a piece of shit. I didn't think she'd be anything worse than Bride Hard or Pitch Perfect 3, and holy shit, I fuck, this is worse than both those, and I'm kind of amazed that it's worse than both those. And let me just say this too, because I like Anna Camp so much too. Like when I saw her pop up in this, I was like, oh girl, really? I was like, you're in this shit too. But at this point, like, why am I even surprised? Like I said it earlier, Hollywood's a fucking whore. Like, why is anyone surprised by this shit? Okay. And I'm trying to even think about what else to fucking say about. So there's a point where someone gets like supposedly killed. So this person avoids death the first time with Ghostface. And then, actually, why am I even not spoiling this? Like, fuck it, full spoilers. I don't give a shit. You shouldn't watch this shit. Joe McHale, Mark almost gets killed. And the movie does it as like a fake out. Like, haha, you thought he was going to get killed, but he didn't. And then maybe 30 minutes, not even 30 minutes later, it looks like he's clearly killed. Like, the movie pretty much tells you, like, it doesn't even has Ghostface like slash at the screen, and it cuts to the next scene. I went, oh, okay, cool. Mark is dead. And then later on in the third act, in like the last 15 minutes, it's like, no, he's actually alive. Even though he's been gutted to shit, he's somehow alive. And I went, oh, okay, by that logic, then Dewey must still be alive, because you showed me this fucker getting killed, and you're just like, no, actually, he's still alive. And I just went, come on, movie. Like if you're gonna do that, why even put him in peril at all? Just don't kill him. Courtney Cox comes back in this movie as Gale Weathers, of course, who's been a constant throughout these films. And the movie finally, after all these years, after all the other Scream movies, finally has Gale interview Sydney to go ahead and like basically try to get Ghostface to go ahead and like come out of hiding, right? And she asked her this question, like, oh man, like I can't believe this is happening again. Like, do you feel responsible being her mother? Like, you've put Tatum in danger. Like, how does that make you feel? And I'm sitting there going, wow, what a bitch to ask that question. And it's one of those things where I just went, so she's just back to being cunty Gale from the second movie. Like, will you not let this woman fucking evolve? Will you not evolve this goddamn character? Like, what are we fucking doing? But then the movie immediately goes, oh, well, actually, like, I have to tell myself that everything's okay because I always miss Dewey. It's like she really stuck that in as a defense mechanism to not get the smoke from Sydney. And then you see her pop like a pill because she talks about how she had nerve damage from the Six movie, which I was fucking amazed they even talked about the Six movie. There's actually that's another thing I need to bring up. They have multiple points where they're just taking shots at the Six movie. There is this point where Gail even tells Sydney, like, oh yeah, I got nerve damage from the attic in New York. You're lucky you sat that one out. It was brutal. And you're just like, okay, so you're taking shots at the Six movie, even though the Six movie is better than this movie in every fucking way. Yeah, they even have a thing in this movie where the Ghostface use AI to like fuck with Sydney. They even have Dewey on screen for like half a second, and I'm just sitting there going, like, really? Like, this is what we're doing. We're using AI to like play mind games. It's like, what did Drake write this shit? Like, like what the fuck are we doing? And the more this movie goes on, the more I just went, can this be over? It's basically 2 hours. And I cannot think, like, I thought Mercy would be my number one worst film of the year. I really did. And right now it's still number one. This is really close. Like, this is a lot closer than it fucking should be. Like, I knew I would probably hate. I had a feeling I would not be a fan of this movie. I didn't think I would be just enraged in the way that I am. I actually finished the movie. I went on a 30-minute walk. I came home. I took a 50 milligram edible. I hit my pin twice before I even started stream. Then I took a shower. So I took about like 70, 80 minutes to go ahead and decompress. And I'm still this angry. Like, I cannot wrap my head around how this script got turned in. And they went, yeah, perfect. Like, yeah, this is great. Like, why wouldn't you turn this in? This is stupid and offensive in the way that a Trump speech is, in the way that the Mavs trading Luka to the Lakers is, in the way that it really makes me question like everything about this franchise. And the only thing that's given me any solace is I know I can go back and watch the other 5 movies. I damn sure won't be watching 3 again anytime soon. But this makes me just go, wow, I thought the third one was the worst one, and this is by far the worst one. And it's kind of incredible that this is the worst one. I haven't even gotten to her yet, but oh god, what's her fucking character's name? It doesn't really matter because she's not in the movie long. Wow, I'm having to go down this cast list. Where the hell is she? Okay, they don't have her listed apparently. But McKenna Grace, there we go. Hannah. I'm a big fan of McKenna Grace. She was in The Young Sheldon as well. She's got the new Hunger Games movie coming up. She was in Gifted with Chris Evans, which she's actually really great in. She was in Ghostbusters Afterlife, and then of course Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I'm a huge fan of McKenna Grace. I think she's really going to be something special. Like 4 or 5 years from now. She is barely in this movie. She's in this movie for like maybe 2 cups of coffee. But it's like, why even have her in this? Like, why have someone who's that good of an actress if you're just gonna kill them off without developing their character or anything? Like, and honestly, her kill too is just such a really, like, that's it. That's how you're gonna kill them off. Fuck yeah. Well said, Gamer T28. Yeah, fuck Scream 7. I'm gonna leave that up for a second. That makes me feel a little better. But you have McKenna Grace in this, and she's killed like such a schmuck. And there is this point too where if we're gonna buy in to Tatum, you have to go ahead and develop Tatum. You have to develop her as a character. And her whole arc is, my mom is closed off. Why don't I know more about you? You don't know me. You don't know my life. I'm sitting there watching it since I'm going, your mom has been targeted for murder multiple times. If there's anyone who has a fucking right to be paranoid, it's your mother. And the way that she is just so callous towards her mom, I'm like, why am I supposed to understand everything? There's never an apology. There's never a point where she goes like, oh my God, I didn't realize how how broad the scope was. I'm so sorry. There's never a conversation they have about. There's never a conversation that they have. Oh, shout out to Night and Day Nick. Follow him on all socials. McKenna Grace has the best kill in the movie, and Michelle Randolph is one of the Tyler Sheridan first actresses. Of course she's terrible in this. Yeah, Michelle Randolph never sells it. She does not sell this shit at all. Follow Nick on his Twitch channel, by the way, and on all his socials. Nick, of course, co-hosts the Afternoon Tune as well, but much love to Nick. Nick is good people. I don't really know what else to say. Like, I just felt numb after watching this, and I'm gonna hang on. Let me pull this up. I know, buddy, Dad's almost done. Milo wants me to get off the stream, so we'll get off the stream in a second. One of the things about this movie that just really upsets me is that you think about something like Obsession. Obsession was made for under $1 million, and it has something to say. It is incredibly profound, and it's a deep fucking movie. It's currently in like a 3-way tie for my number one. Night and Day Nick says, I feel like my time was wasted in ways that very few movies have ever done. I'm gonna be real, dude. This, you know what this reminds me of? And God, I hate to even make this comparison. I remember before I really got started doing this, like I would do reviews here and there. I would do like written reviews. I used to have like a WordPress or a live journal. I used to have live journal too. But I remember watching this movie called Bucky Larson, Born to Be a Star. That's back when they were trying to make Nick Swartzen a thing. He was Adam Sandler friend. I know he still pops up on occasion in Sandler shit, but he had a Comedy Central show as well called Nick Swartzen Pretend Time, which was actually pretty funny. But it got canceled after like 10 episodes. But I remember watching Bucky Larson, Born to Be a Star. And Christina Ricci is like the co-lead in that. And I remember just being so sad seeing Christina Ricci in that, because I'm like, girl, you're gorgeous every day, especially on Wednesday. But watching that movie, just being like, damn, like why are you in this? And that's all I kept thinking watching this. I was like, why is anyone in this? Like, how do you read this script and go, yeah, I totally want to be a part of this? There's nothing about this that in any way differentiates it from the other Scream films. There's nothing that isn't done better in the other Scream films. Like, there's no reason for you to watch this. It's bullshit. And at the end of the day, there's nothing worse than your time being wasted. It's incredible. I watched the Superman this morning just because I was, I don't know. I was kind of feeling with Nick. Dude, I work in IT. You're asking people in 2026 to read. You're right, silly me. So I hate how accurate that point is. But as I was watching this, I got it maybe 30 minutes in. I went, oh man, I don't think there's anything this movie can do to turn it around. And I mentioned it earlier, but the thing that Scream 5 and Scream 6 did such a great job of is like the people felt like friends. They actually felt like they fucking cared about each other. But no one in here feels like they give a fuck about anyone else, which is kind of a problem when you're trying to sell these goddamn kills. I just, God damn it. I'm so upset. I'm so mad. Like, I can't. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up. This is a go fuck yourself. In case it wasn't obvious, this is a go fuck yourself. I hate this movie to my core. Like, if you told me that you even liked this movie or thought it was okay, I would push you down a flight of stairs. Like, I fucking hate this. I hate that it exists. I hate that it made money. So we're gonna get an 8th one, which again, fuck y'all for that, by the way. Yeah, fuck everything about this movie. Fuck this movie. Quite frankly, you know what? I love you, Neve Campbell, but fuck you too for this. You're on timeout for this shit. You should know. Come on now. You've been in all of these. Like most of these. You're telling me you. Okay. I'm done. I don't want to talk about this anymore. So yeah, fuck this movie. Fuck anyone who likes it, and also fuck Paramount because you're fucking boning Avatar too. With the animated films. So yeah, fuck you for that too. Fuck you for firing Stephen Colbert. Seriously, fuck Paramount. I hate you. I hate you so much. God damn it. Okay, I am closing this up. I'm not even asked if you've seen Scary Movie. Scary Movie. I should just watch Scary Movie at this point. Probably be not the new one. I've heard the new one's bad. Not the new one. Maybe the original. But I need to go watch something else. I'm gonna go smoke a joint. I'm so angry. I fucking hate this movie. I hate it. I hate it. Do not watch this. There's nothing here for you. Just pretend that the sixth one is where it ends. Seriously, pretend that's where it stops. Because there's no reason for you to watch this. I wouldn't even tell if someone lost a bet to me, I wouldn't even make them watch this. If I was trying to torture someone, I would not have them watch this. I would think of something else. Because I respect my friend and my colleagues' time far too much to tell them watch this bullshit. And I respect your time too much as my audience, which thank you for listening, by the way. I respect your time too much to even say watch this ironically. There's nothing here for you to go ahead and get invested in. And then when the whole Ghostface reveal is done, I basically picture that Elmo meme where he just faints like this. That's what I did because I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? This is the Ghostface reason? And they straight up have this moment where they're going over the rules again because of course they have to, and they're like, well, like don't forget, there's always two Ghostface killers. And so then when they said that, I've been, oh, so there's three. And the first Ghostface like actually does get killed. It's such a nothing moment. It's like, oh, all right, so that's one down. There's like, and that's done like halfway through the movie. So there's clearly more Ghostface. At this point, why not just have a Ghostface village like Smurf Village? Like you might as well do that shit at this point. That would make more sense than this shit fucking does. Okay. I feel a little better. I'm gonna go smoke a joint. I'm gonna go play some Kingdom Hearts. But yeah, last thing I will say, if you like this movie, I genuinely don't want to hear your opinion on the film. Like I'm dead serious. Like there's nothing you could tell me to justify this movie's existence. And at the end of the day, that's what pisses me off the most. And if you're one of those people who paid, look, as a critic, I get it. Like I'm pretty sure Nick saw us in theaters. Nick's a critic. Nick has to review the shit. I understand that. I have often paid for shit that I have not wanted to watch. I completely get it. But if you're one of those people who watched this and thought it was good, you need to honestly talk to a friend. You honestly need therapy. Quite frankly, I think we all need therapy, especially after lockdown. But you need therapy, or you need to go ahead and make sure you don't get COVID again because you've clearly lost your taste. Fuck everyone who thought this was good. Fuck anyone who signed the fucking check. Fuck Paramount. And honestly, yeah, just fuck this movie. I'm out. Oh yeah, you know, before I go, to lean on something more positive, slightly more positive. My reviews for Pride Month start tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and have a couple people on next week, which I'm actually really excited for. I'm gonna have my friend Alex on. We're gonna talk Femme and Paris is Burning. I've never seen Paris is Burning, so I'm really excited to check that out. But tomorrow I'll have a review for Griffin and Summer. I'll probably sneak in one other film in there as well. But that popped up on my LGBTQ IA feed for Hulu, so I'm going to check that out. Plus, I was something I wanted to check out last year, so I'm really excited to watch that one. But we'll have reviews this month for that, as well as Heated Rivalry Season 1. I'll be reviewing that with my friend Liz next week. As well as The Birdcage, Farewell My Concubine, Monica, Twinless, God's Own Country, The World to Come, Boy Erased. That it's going to be a really great celebration of the LGBTQIA. I'm really excited to go and have some guests on to review that. Going to have my friend Jordan on to review some stuff as well. I'm really excited about that. I'm really happy and excited and honored that I'm going to have some guests on to help me break down these films and talk about them, and people share the stories and the pronouns. Like I'm very excited for months. I'm very excited that I get to, bring some of these reviews to y'all for stuff that you just may not have watched before or seen. So I'm really excited about the rest of the month. But yeah, fuck everything about this movie, and I just don't watch this. There's nothing here for you. All right, now I feel better. Have a great night, y'all. I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a good one. Cheers.